Welcome back to another episode of Under the Mountain, an ACOTAR podcast. I'm your host, Frank.
And I'm Lauren.
And today we'll be covering chapter 39 of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas.
It's been a little bit. This may be going up late.
A tad late.
Because we've been sick. Apologies to the people. Hopefully we have enough energy today.
You know what's kind of funny?
What?
Feyre was also sick in this chapter.
In a similar way, I suppose. It was her belly was not feeling great, among other things.
And our bellies were also not feeling great, among other things.
So today, you can't really see the outfit. I'll upload a couple of pictures that we took as Feyre and Rhysand, chapter 39, Feyre and Rhysand. But I am dancing wine Feyre. I've got my sapphire tiara and like under the mountain tiaras.
I'm sorry, it's not sapphire.
What was it?
It's lapis lazuli.
Okay, whatever. When I looked up lapis lazuli to get this, it just kept coming up with sapphires. So
that's all you're gonna get. Yeah,
that's what we worked with.
Right. Looks beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, but I'm trying to say, under the mountain, tiaras are like a fashion statement.
Yeah, who doesn't have a tiara?
I mean, so far we just know Amarantha, but then Rhysand, and like this is at his bequest, right? Like there's no actual reason she needs to be wearing a tiara other than he decided she should, which to me would mean like, I would think that would piss Amarantha off, which also seems to be like the thing we keep saying we're trying to avoid that. I'm confused.
Everything this man does in this chapter is like conceivably the worst idea.
Yeah, correct.
I'm confused by his actions.
But anyway, just joining the fray here with another tiara. And so, yeah, I did, did I put a little modesty window on the boobies? Yeah.
Something that Feyre was not afforded.
No, and I do feel bad because it is a bit vulnerable to have them just out and about like that.
For 40 straight days, yeah. However long she was there.
It was a while.
She was there for a while.
So you guys are just gonna have to deal with that. Yes, and Frank did an alternate Rhysand costume today.
It's hard to tell, but this is like Rhysand's if he was a Party City vampire.
It's also Rhysand if he was on CW Supernatural.
Oh my
in
god!
A little trench coat.
Rhysand would get murked in like 14 minutes by the boys. That's all I'm saying. Dean, I don't think you're taking it seriously enough. We gotta get this Rhysand guy. He's like the King of Night. Sammy, the King of Night. I never heard anything so stupid in my life. And then, like, Bobby would come in. Boys.
No, all right, too far. We don't need Bobby to show up here now.
I watched too much Supernatural.
Yeah, well, okay. So how'd you feel about chapter 39?
It's a journey. It is a trip. We go... I don't know. I really don't know.
That's how I feel, because it is entertaining to read.
It's fun.
I'll say that, because even the second time reading, I was like, this chapter is kind of fun to, like, write my notes about and read and think about. But back to the tiara and everything, I am just like, the whole chapter, I just keep being like, the motivations from every angle don't make any sense to me.
No, nothing really works.
But I don't think so.
But it works from a reading perspective of like, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, like it works if you're not, and everyone's right. Like, it's just like, if you're not thinking almost at all.
I think this is the moment that Sarah like fell in love with Rhysand because she has such an easier time writing something about the two of them than she did about Feyre and Tam Lin. I feel like some of the friction you feel is part of the plot in the beginning, but it's also Sarah's friction with Tam Lin for some reason. But Rhysand, she just loves hanging around. I think she's just a villain.
Didn't say that so early in the video.
No, she's a... Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Just because of YouTube. But I just think she's a villain lover. I said another thing.
Girl loves her villains.
Like us all. Yes. Not us all, but like most of us, or many of us. Us all in this room right now.
And some of you.
So like, I understand having a passionate reaction to your villain. I get it. I do feel like this is like sloppy, I love my villain writing.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then the rest of the series just really suffers for the crazy decisions made right now.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't if we just
left him bad.
Left him bad-ish, and we kind of don't. So that's the problem. No, but regardless, I don't know. I find Under the Mountain, the politics, the emotional motivations, like, it's just so messy. I'm confused. I'm confused by Rhysand's choices. I'm confused by Amarantha's choices. I'm confused by everything. Shall we get started on chapter 39?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we left off, this is post-Lentil, right? Post-Lentil. So we had Rhysand being like the worst guy in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
Then he was like, oh, maybe I did torture you before because I had to, but also like today I don't. And it's great. It's fine now. It's fine. I'll be nice to you. And then he brainwashed those guards to be like, don't be mean to her. And now she's back in her cell.
Now she's getting fresh Panera every morning.
She's getting some hot meals.
She's getting the hot to go 2-for-1 special.
Yeah. And she's thinking about Amarantha's riddle so much. It's giving her a headache. She's not really figuring anything out. Okay.
She can't be thinking about it too much, but all right.
Days pass. She doesn't see Tam Lin, Lucian, or Sand. She doesn't see anybody. She just hears people screaming. What is going on down there? I don't know.
People getting put on the rack.
Just bad things.
Yeah. We never see any of it. Why would we?
She's like always looking at her tattoo on her palm. By the way, I didn't do my tattoos. I really should have to sell this, but it did not come off for days. The last time I did it, and that was just my forearm.
We're going to the gym. She's like covered.
I looked crazy, and so I just could not have it all on my body.
The canonical reason is that I put it all on and then rubbed it all off, as Rhysand.
Right. The tattoo wipage magic, very confused. Well, I'm very confused.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
We got to get into that.
So she's looking at her eye tattoo on her palm, and she does juxtapose this with Jurian, which I called out.
Yeah, you did.
Remember, an episode or two ago, where I was like, how weird this like eye thing
keeps happening. Yeah.
I'm not following though. I don't actually know what it means. I don't really see any parallel between Amarantha having Jurian on her hand and Feyre having Rhysand on her hand. I don't know what any of that means.
And then Lucian just not having an eye.
Yeah, I don't know.
None of it really.
Not sure.
Yeah.
But she noticed too.
Yep.
She was like, oh, there's so many eyeballs.
Imagine writing your character and being like, they noticed the theme. It's like, but what is the theme? I don't know.
I'm not sure. But it's interesting. She says, perhaps I was well on my way to belonging to him just as the ancient warrior Jurian now belonged to Amarantha. But you're like, but he's the eye on the hand.
Yes, correct.
And you're not the eye on Rhysand's hand.
No, whenever Sarah does one of those, it's like never correct.
Yeah, like I was just like, that would make sense if your eye
was on his hand because he owned you.
She thinks she saw it blink. Okay. 2 high fae females arrive in her room.
Beautiful.
They appeared through the cracks from darkness just as Rhysand had. But they're like shadow. She could barely see them except for their loose flowing cobweb gowns. These are like haunted house girls or something.
Yep, haunted mansion employees coming through.
They reach for her. It says, I didn't fight them. There was nothing to fight them with and nowhere to run. I think that's interesting and weird because of like, there have been 5 billion other times that were identical to this scenario, like in terms of the scenario you were in, and that was not what you thought. I guess we're supposed to be like, she's kind of like beaten down.
But she's not gonna be, and that's the worst part. I know the second she should be again, she won't be. And it's like, it's annoying to keep reading her fighting everyone. I get that.
No, it is.
But it's also probably annoying to write it. So then just like when it's convenient having her be different than her personality, but then later she'll just get it back and it won't be any. I'm just like, I'm so tired of Feyre. Well, in a way.
She's like, they seem night court coded. I'm like, yeah, I guess because of the shadows. Yeah. But like, I don't know, the cobweb imagery is interesting because I don't really associate that with the night court.
I could, but not this night court. Like,
well, she's like, they seem night court coded, and then she's like, Rhysand must have sent them. But I'm like, do they not also just seem Under the Mountain coded?
Well, Under the Mountain has no code right now. It's Amarantha on a throne, and then, as we will get to, dusty hallways and like nothing else going
on. And little red guys.
And little red villain.
I don't know. They could have been mutes for all they said to me. That's such a Feyre thought.
I know.
I don't know why. It just sounds disparaging.
It's like your mom telling you about like some sort of like trip to the grocery store.
Might have been a mute.
Might have been a mute. They didn't even talk about the banana sales with me.
It's just something about the mutes.
I know.
That it's like, okay. All right. Whatever. So I think it's interesting. I do think I will die on this hill that all of this is intended to be read as sexy.
Yes, definitely.
It all the way to the point that these 2 women come in. I feel like they're kind of described as like kind of beautiful and appealing in some scary way. And
Cobwebs.
In order to slip her through the door, they have to, the twins on both sides need to push their bodies up against her. Yeah. It's supposed to be...
Oh, and she's not fighting. Oh.
Right, because, well, we need this to be a little...
Yeah.
Well, we want Feyre in this scenario for fun.
Yep.
And it is for fun. Don't get it twisted.
Yep.
And yeah, I feel like this is a part of this. It's supposed to be titillating. These girls show up and...
These beautiful smoky girls just grab her and whisk her into the night.
Yeah. So, it's like your dark sexual awakening.
I know.
You know, like that's what it
this
is.
labyrinth, like yeah.
So like they go through the dungeons. Feyre's like, I guess we're glamored because nobody's looking at us. I don't know why it matters. They reach a nondescript room and they basically make her strip down. They bathe her roughly. Why that's necessary, I don't know.
Does that add to the eroticism? Like, kind of?
Kind of, yeah.
Beautiful women whisk you away, take you to like a dusty room and start stripping you and roughly bathing you.
All right, I'll take it. I would sign up for the experience.
Yeah.
Consensually, but I would sign up.
You would sign up. You don't need a bone through your arm.
It's like, no, it's an immersive... Like, it's like an escape room, but they, like, put you in this, like, dungeon, and they're like, the girls are come, and they'll...
Wow, yeah, well, what about a spa with a spa with that twist, you know?
An immersive...
Like, spooky, immersive
theater
spa.
Rough spa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These fairies are rough with you, but you will come out squeaky clean. Like, I don't know.
Okay, I like that idea. Yeah, and so they bathe her roughly, and then to her horror, begin to paint her body.
So, what does that mean to you?
What does that mean to me?
Why to her horror? So, two gossamer women, ghosts in any other world, steal her, not fighting, glamour everyone around them so that she becomes incorporeal and unnoticeable, drop her in a dusty chamber, strip her naked, start scrubbing her roughly, and now the horror is that she's being painted.
I don't know. I guess...
What does it mean? What does that mean? What does it mean for Feyre? What does it mean for the work? What are we saying?
I guess because, like, you know, scrubbing her clean, maybe they weren't going into her private areas, but, like, well, you'd think they would for scrubbing clean.
And I think she's used to being scrubbed clean at this point with Alice.
With Alice,
yeah,
I know.
Her servants are... She's used to servants and beautiful people.
I don't think Alice is, like... scrubbing her puss.
I think she is.
Butt.
I like to think she is. But all right, so she's used to the spa experience at the very least.
Okay, this is a little different though.
It
Ghost
is?
Ladies under the mountain are doing
I agree, and she's not fighting them. She's not even that scared. She's scared
I don't agree that means she's not scared.
Her horror. To her horror.
Yeah, I don't know.
So like not horror, and then they do this, and to my horror they do this, which is painting.
Painting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, when you were Callan May Tam Lin.
Yes.
I said, put a pin in this. I remembered. I'm bringing it back. Remember I said
okay.
He had all the blue paint whirls.
Yes,
and
he did.
Down by his crotch, you could see that hands were there touching him because the paint got smudged.
Yes.
Now, that is such a clear parallel to this. What does it mean, though? Now, what does that mean? Why are those two things paralleled?
Well, if we look, Tamlin's crotch paint was smudged.
Yeah.
And Feyre's crotch paint will not be smudged by Rhysand.
Yeah.
So that means something good about Rhysand and bad about Tam Lin. If I'm stupid, that is what I would think.
Okay, I guess, but that's not... But it was people touching Tam Lin. He's not touching someone else.
I'm well aware. We've just proven that she can't do the one-for-one metaphors.
Okay.
Tam Lin doing something required for the human and fairy worlds to maintain the agricultural life cycle of the planet.
Yeah.
Which is to say, lose your mind, fuck a random person, and they will sexually touch you.
Yeah. That happens, yeah.
Maybe, you can construe that as sexual assault of sorts.
Depends how you want to think
However you want to think about it. But whatever. So that was bad.
But
or
Feyre
part of Feyre's sexual awakening.
Really...
I don't know. She didn't react
like it was bad.
I agree.
Right? Like, she
agree.
did it. I don't know. So that was I was kind of okay. I liked it.
He gets painted up, goes through his thing. She's now getting to paint up and go through her thing, which doesn't consummate.
If you wanted Tam Lin and Feyre to end up together in the end after this, that could be a good parallel of like you both had to have this experience where you were out of control and painted.
And I think that was the intention at this point.
I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. I to me, when I got to Cal and May, I was like, oh my... but then I'm like, sometimes I'm just like, is it just literally Sarah like has the idea for Cal and May and then is like in the back of her subconscious, she's just like, that paint smudging idea is just great. And then
it's hot. I can't get off of that. I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, like she came here, wasn't really even thinking about the fact that she did it to Tam Lin, but was like, wait, I know. Yeah. Paint smudging.
It's possible. Yeah, it's very possible.
Whatever. So
just the last thing about being painted, right? So
well, how does that reflect to Feyre's relationship with being a painter?
That's what I'm saying. That's my question. So Feyre is first of all in the book, Feyre is unable to express herself via art, but wants to. Mm-hmm. Then Tam Lin helps unlock her so that she feels calm and comfortable enough to paint. Now here we are. She is the painted. And that causes her great horror, to be trapped, right? To be attempted to be defined, to be looked at in...
But she likes being the painter.
Of course she does. What does that mean? I don't know. But it is
There's something
an interesting psychological element, whether or not it will be consistent, whether or not we will carry through with it, whether it means fucking jack shit. In this book, I cannot say.
It's very interesting that it's paint.
Of course.
Because paint's her whole thing, man.
She be loving that paint.
And like her mood is based on paint. Everything's based around paint.
Yes, I agree.
No, they're paint.
Is she beautiful now? Is she like all those pretty things that she keeps looking at?
Right, and that goes with like if you're reading this to be somewhat romanticized.
Yes.
Then that fits. She's having it's weird though because you're like she has like her light glow up, like her light feminization with Tam Lin, where it's like, oh, I love it, the ball gowns, the wispy cottons,
I'm filling out,
all that, and now we're like doing this dark mode version that I don't know. So I thought the way this is described is very interesting. Just the words used, their brushes were unbearably cold and ticklish. Yeah. Their shadowy grips were firm, and I wriggled. Those are just such cutesy terms to use. I'm sorry.
I agree.
They are. Yeah. You're picturing her ticklish and wriggling. To me, it's very flirty.
Yes.
These are not like, and I'm not saying, oh my God, a real person in the situation, or really if Feyre was in the situation, oh my God, they're loving this. That's not at all what I'm trying to say, but I'm saying the choice. We gotta get good at the Doyleist and Watsonian perspectives, everybody. We need to, because I really struggle to have these conversations.
Are you gonna like definition?
Yeah,
one,
I suppose I am.
Definition two. All right.
A Doyleist perspective is saying these are not real people. This only exists, and all of these things only exist insofar as a human being said, I want to write a story, and I am one person with one psychology who is making choices about how they're all going to interact with the world and the plot and everything. Yeah. And so you can analyze it like, okay, I want to think about this just from the perspective of like, why did Sarah make that choice? I understand if I were to like pretend Feyre is real, I'd have a whole different set of things. That's a Watsonian approach where you go, all right, forget Sarah exists. Let's take this as if it is real. So Doyleist perspective is analyzing why Sarah makes choices. How come we wrote it this way? Why did Sarah choose those words? That is very different than you can be like, all right, let me pretend Sarah's not real and this is real. Sarah doesn't exist. Feyre is real. Like, that's not true. But like, if we were like to get into the story, you can start going like, well, maybe psychologically somebody would do this for this reason or that reason. And in this universe, they'd make these choices. And I do think I like to do that somewhat, but I really, my heart is in the Doyleist analyzation. So, like when I think of this, I go, I'm not trying to say over in the Watsonian world, Feyre loves getting assaulted. I'm saying, why does Sarah write it using terms that are very light and fluffy, right?
Yes.
And kind of sexy in a way. And I think it's because it's intended, despite in the Watsonian world, to be a bad situation for Feyre. It's also supposed to allow us to fantasize about a scary but sexy situation
it's
you
for
can be in.
You and us.
For you. Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah said, here you go. This is fun for us.
Whereas, like, there are scenes in books where somebody's getting imprisoned, assaulted, and this kind of like mixes in a little bit of both, but like there are scenes that you're like 0% was intended to be eroticized or enjoyed by the reader. Like,
Correct.
they're going to the ends of the world to be like, you can't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make this as difficult as possible to be considered in any way pleasant or appealing. And I would argue this is not that.
I would argue that too. Absolutely.
So they paint the intimate parts of her. They offered no explanation for why. No hint of whether this was another torment sent by Amarantha, which is definitely what I would think. I think it should have been.
Yeah.
I think it should have been.
Yeah, probably.
If this was a torment sent by Amarantha that then Rhysand stepped into to say, I'm going to like partake in this, it would give Rhysand so much more excusable actions later on. That's never expressed, and I don't understand what prevented Sarah from taking that approach. I think there's twofold. One part of me is like, did she just really not want Amarantha to seem like gay at all? Because like there's something a little gay about this being Amarantha's wish. Right? I mean,
yeah. It's a little gay, yeah.
And then secondly, I think for the purpose of the titillation, right? The idea that it was Rhysand's desire to see her painted, see her dressed up in sexy outfits, see her dance. Like, you actually want it to be from him in a way, because it's hotter that he wanted that from her, even if later we go like, I had to. I just think if you wanted it to be sexy, that he wanted those things, then let him just have wanted those things. If you want it to be that you're gonna later be like, I didn't want those things. I think he says something like, he's like, well, of course I kind of liked it, but I just think like then just commit to that. Or if you really want to be like, I didn't want that, then just have Amarantha be the source of this.
I just had the ultimate.
You gotta.
Oh my god! Well, I just had the ultimate Tam Sand realization.
Oh.
We were talking about the being painted, and this is for him.
Okay.
So he took Tamlin's girl and painted her up like how Tam Lin used to be painted up for Calamai.
Like, what does it mean? What does it mean?
You know?
What does it mean?
I mean, if just you want to take it one for one, like, I just like my people painted.
It could be like, yeah, I've fucked you while you were painted that way.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Or
what?
Or it's just, more dagger twisting for Tam Lin, which is probably what it is, right?
I guess so. Yeah, maybe.
It's like, oh, look, I made your girl look just like you. Haha. Now making her dance for me.
I mean, yeah.
This man is obsessed with Tam Lin. That book in October or the next one better have just like full frontal between the two of them.
Just them coming out of like two rooms, full frontal, walking towards one another.
Yeah, just erect penises, just going like that as they like get all in each other's business, and it's just like, boom,
Wow, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I'll probably keep talking about this. I find the idea that this party and the dancing and the sexy clothes was not anybody's idea but Rhysand's really crazy. Yes, it does function with him as a sexy dark figure who is in that dubcon zone, right? Who's like being like, I'm attracted to you. I want to see you be hot.
Sure, yeah.
Against your will. Yeah, but if you want it to be like he was only doing everything just for the goodness of rescue, then don't have him come up with the idea. That's crazy.
And like, even just like the first day for the party, I get it, but this man does it every night. After that,
because I guess I could see once you've done it once being like, oh no, now maybe they'll have ideas and they're gonna want her to dance for them, so I've got to keep being the one to do it. But I think putting the idea out there in the first place is crazy.
So dangerous.
Nobody was paying attention to her except the little red guys.
She was just cold in her room, and you're like, I'm gonna trot her out, and I'm like, oh no! Now everyone thought she's really hot because I slutified her in front of everyone.
Why did you do that? And you also could have had her come out looking like nasty.
Absolutely.
If you didn't want everybody to go, ooh, I think maybe I want that. Make her gross.
It's true.
Why'd you make her as hot as possible?
Like one of those weird game ads. You could have just like put green smelling lines coming out of her hair and
on her face,
grew her leg hair and stuff. Yeah, you could have done that.
And shaved one half of her head.
Oh shit, that's so embarrassing.
She says, even if I fled, there was nowhere to escape to, not without damning Tam Lin further. interesting. I'm glad we are considering him in this moment.
Dropped his name once.
That's
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I stopped demanding answers, stopped fighting back, and let them finish. I just think it's very interesting when Feyre decides to fight or give in.
I know. It's exactly the opposite of what you'd think. It's literally exactly the opposite. She's fighting like good graces. She's fighting like, hey, wear this nice outfit. She's fighting like, would you like food? But then it's like, we're gonna like have the wispy ghost women like strip you, paint you, and make you like be a whore for everyone. And she's just like, all right. It's like, where did the spunk go?
But it is an interesting inversion, I guess, of on the Alice bathing dress.
It is.
But notice,
that's fair. Yeah.
I think I did write notes, so I'll probably want to talk about it again. All I'm going to say for now, though, is like notice how she had the space and was allowed to say no with Tam Lin. I'm just going to say.
Oh, yeah.
Notice in the spring court, Feyre actually was allowed to throw a tantrum, was allowed to say, no, I won't wear that, and she didn't have to. Nobody made her.
And everyone gave her space. And was like, okay
gave
about
her
it.
Space.
Lucian sassed her a couple of times, and that was it.
But when it's Rhysand saying do it, she has to do it.
And who does she end up with? And who does she like more? And who ends up being villainized versus whatever?
But I'm just saying, like, if you want to do the red flag thing...
Yeah, of course.
Do you know, I could do it right now. I could be like, no, but notice how thematically Tam Lin's house allowed the space for Feyre to say what she wanted to wear, to say... But Rhysand, but I think that's part of the fantasy, which is okay.
Yeah.
But don't pretend it's a feminist choice fantasy.
No.
It's the fantasy here is that you actually don't want to be with Tam Lin, again, because he's boring. He let you wear your man clothes.
Yeah, you want
the daddy dom to show up and say, no, you have to be sexy.
Put that on.
Put that on. No,
or
you
we'll
can't say
you.
no.
Put that on.
I'm sorry, but that's what this feels like to me.
That's what this is.
And
There's
I'm okay
else.
with that. I'm fine being like, I want the villain to come and tell me what to do. I don't mind
From
that
a Doylist perspective, it's hot.
From a Doylist point of view,
we get it.
I'm there with you. But I do think it's weird. I'm doing a read of a lot of romance books. Like, I'm spamming
She
them.
is. A lot.
This made me so curious. And this is, I have to say, I'll get a little off of Sarah's neck in a sense, because this is everywhere. This thing is all over these books. You can't escape it. I was hoping that would not be the case, but it is. Where it is just, we want bad daddy dom, ultra like, I don't know, not woke fantasies.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm actually here for that. But then they all have to do this thing where they go like, it is a woke fantasy. And it's like, no, it's not. It's woke to allow yourself to fantasize about things even if they're bad, but the fantasy itself is not woke. I don't know how to explain.
If the fantasy's woke, it becomes not bad.
Correct. You're here because so they all do it. Everyone is not allowing themselves to just fantasize about bad things. Everybody's trying to convince themselves and the audience that the bad thing they like is actually really good. I don't understand this desire at all.
I think it sells, and it's a tells all this time. Like the guilt of fantasy has really bothered a lot of people forever, right?
I know, it's definitely, so much of it is the guilt, but it also feels self-aggrandizing is the only way I could put it.
Well, okay, explain more.
I don't know, like it feels like it goes beyond like I feel a little guilty about this and starts to go into this area of like, if I like something, it is so superior and moral. And it's like, no, it's a fantasy. And fantasies are like, it would be like, to me, is what it feels. It feels like going into a haunted house, right? You like the haunted house experience so much. You like being scared and you like them showing you fucked up shit. And then you're like, I'm going to come up with a way to say that the actions in the haunted house are good, actually, and not in a Doylist way of like it's good to perform that for me, but you're like, that scene in the haunted house, like that monster who was chopping that person up, like it was like actually good because
that person was a predator.
Like, do you know what I mean? Where it's just like, I think you just liked being scared and we had to craft a scary scenario with a bad guy for you. We don't have to make up some way that actually that scene was so good and you getting thrilled by it made you moral.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah. I think that fantasies are base. and they're supposed to be base, and there's a baseness in baseness.
Yep.
That people want to pretend they don't have, and they have always wanted to, but that's why they just are quiet about things like that, and everyone maligns sex and all this.
But I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it goes beyond that. It has to be like, when I read it, I feel good about myself. And not just in the sense of like, I'm happy with myself because I'm allowing myself to explore normal human desires. It has to go a step beyond that. It has to be like, no, this specific desire says something good about me, instead of just being value neutral.
Yeah.
Like, it's essentially neutral.
I think that's the that's the real work, right? The guilt makes sense. The guilt's innate with these thoughts because they're base, and we're told we're better than base as humans instead of animals. Like, we're not supposed to do that kind of thing. Which,
to some extent, in a real sense, is true.
Sure, and I think part of the human's journey is to take those thoughts which are perceived as base and get them up to neutral. Right? You're supposed to be like, it's okay to be base because I am an animal as well, and all of these things, and psychology came out of that.
It's complicated.
It's complicated, but you're supposed to like get to like the point where it's okay, and
fine.
you're constantly doing this little bob game. And instead, what we've done is we've taken the base thing and then skipped neutral, and we've put it at good. We've gone positive on the number scale.
It's like, it is in a Doyleist sense good to like it. Watsonian, though, within the world of the fake bad fantasy you came up with, that's not good.
Well, we've illustrated that some people can't do the Doyleist thing.
I know they
need people to write the Watsonian version
so they
don't have to Doyleist it out for themselves.
That is what kills me.
And it's so weird because there's a whole like range of stories like this, justifying the devil and like things like that.
Yeah, I think that's different.
It's very different. What is the quality that makes it different, though? Like, it is. It's fascinating.
Because one feels like you're actually exploring interesting morality. Like, you're just sort of like, I'm intrigued by the moral relativism of life. And you're like, that's the point of this story. Versus, I don't feel like you're actually here, and a lot of these romance books I'm reading, I don't actually feel like anyone's interested in that. They're actually just trying to avoid that. And they're just trying to create, like, if I just say the right couple of things, I can cancel out the bad feeling and make you feel good about yourself. That's not an actual curiosity about the morality of anything. I feel they feel very different to me. I feel like I can tell when an author is like, I'm genuinely just so fascinated by how things feel different from differing perspectives and cultures and thought processes. And like, I'm like reveling in that, versus being like, God, I hate that. In fact, I'd like to avoid that as much as possible. I just really need my hot guy to be good, and you're good. I'll make it good. The end. Like, they're not the same.
I agree.
They're not the same thing. Okay. So then we like describe her. She's looking beautiful. Her face is regal. She's got all this makeup on. She's got her diadem. So from the neck up, I was regal.
I love this.
From the neck down, I was a heathen god's plaything. Right?
I love when the ghosts like wrote "Daddy's Little Monster" on her. Like,
the ghosts.
A heathen god. First off, they don't have gods, so I like.
So true.
We are really lazy with all of our words.
They took the tattoo on her arm and they just put it all over her body. And with the paint, because, you know, of reasons we'll get to.
Yeah.
And they put her in her gauzy white dress, if you could call it a dress.
In which Feyre ages 46 years.
Grandma.
Like, Feyre's just, someone's grandma.
It was little more than 2 long shafts of gossamer, just wide enough to cover my breasts. And she's got a jeweled belt.
Who cares? It's typical slave Leia kind of overlay.
Literally.
Like, it's just, and listen, great. I love it.
Her boobs are out, her ass is out, her nips are out. Again, I don't get the sense that I'm not supposed to think it's sexy. I think I am.
Definitely.
I think I am. Yeah. I know you're also supposed to think Slave Leia is sexy. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like,
you think Lucas wasn't gooning over that? George Goonkiss? I don't even feel that way about George Lucas. Like, nothing sexy in all of his movies except for that.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That's the only sexy thing ever.
Those alien girls with the horns.
They're hot.
They're kind of hot.
The like...
Yeah.
The horn hair
We don't know anything about Star Wars. Nothing.
I got Yoda, Darth Vader, lightsaber. I got a little more than her, and it's not much.
So, yeah, the two high fae ignored my demands to be clothed in something else. So, again, this does reflect to me pretty directly with the Alice scene and the bathing and everything. Yeah, she's trying to rip the clothes off, and they're, like, not letting her. You want to be Rhysand. Rhysand shows up.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, so anyway, so Rhysand shows up. Just like I said, the fantasy here, clearly Daddy Dom doesn't let you do what you want to do because he knows better. Yeah. He knows how to make you sexy. You don't know, stupid little girl. Stupid. You want to be in trousers, dumbass. He knows how to make you hot.
Gossamer just barely covering your breasts.
Yeah, so
that's what you need.
So this was his idea. He was like, and I gotta know, especially when later on we're like, there's like 100 of these dresses. Like, oh yeah, where is he getting this? Where are these clothes coming from?
They're being magicked. Maybe that's what I have to assume.
But like, he designed this. He chose.
Yeah, Rhysand's got like a thread hanging out. Like, tomorrow's dress is gonna knock her socks off. The same dress, different color.
I need to play devil's advocate pro Rhysand, right? Just to really consider this. I'm like, okay, so he wants to be with Feyre. He thinks this is better for her than being stuck in the cell. I think that's debatable. I think
maybe,
there's
though.
some
maybe.
Maybe. I'm not 100% against it.
Yeah.
As a thought. Right, because like you could go crazy being in that cell in your own head for that long.
Yeah, isolated confinement versus
this is like
you get to go to a party.
You're out and about, you're seeing some humans, fae, you know what I mean. Seeing some high fae. Maybe. I'm not sure.
It's definitely not a good thing for her. I'm sure a better thing would be to, like, I don't know, get her some company in that cell somehow.
Something like that.
Or give her a day off from doing this.
Give her a day off. This feels so random in a sense. Like, you're just like, sure. So now they're like, oh, she's hot. And so that means that it makes sense that he wants to be with her because now we see she's hot.
Okay. Yeah.
But she's his, so we have to leave her alone.
We're in a weird place, right? Because I don't know what Amarantha's grand plan is. I don't know all this stuff.
It's not real. It would have nothing to do with this.
So what I think is happening is Rhysand is feeling jilted right now because Tam Lin's back and he's taking her place with Amarantha. I feel like Amarantha's not fucking Rhysand right now, and he's a little pouty about it. So he went and stole the girl that's the center of both of their attentions.
Tam Lin and and Amarantha are pretty lasered in on Feyre.
Technically, neither of them has paid a second thought to her.
But hypothetically,
according to the narrative, that is what is supposed to be happening. So he went and said, "I'm going to scoop her out from under them and like bind her to me,"
which you'd think would piss
both of them off.
Yeah,
and so it seems like Tam Lin he wants to piss off.
Yes,
and
he
Amarantha he didn't consider it would piss her off, or if he did, I don't know what kind of game we're playing. It doesn't really make sense.
I don't know.
Are we afraid of Amarantha or are we not? I understand she has everyone's powers, but maybe can't use them because she's bloated with holding their powers in her body.
Yes, we said that, but in this chapter, she uses I'm pretty sure it's this chapter. I made a note of it. She uses one of their powers. They say, oh, she took so-and-so, she used so-and-so's power. And I was like, I thought you couldn't do that.
Oh, Lucian said it. She used our power against me so I can't heal. Like, it was that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well?
I think he was talking about, you're right. No, you're right. That's true.
It sounded like she was using their power, so I'm confused on that note. But whatever.
And then she stole all the High Lord's power. Did she steal, like, Lucian's power? He's not a High Lord. Like,
well, she did give him back to him.
A little bit. This shit is messy.
I think maybe she stole all the High Lord's powers, which then allowed her to steal everyone else's powers, lest she feels like giving you some back.
Okay. So his plan is to take the girl that everyone's obsessed with, make her his, and it seems like why is Amarantha relying on Rhysand to do these sort of mind murders and all that comes up later? Why doesn't she just do that with all of the power that she innately has and has stolen? I'm confused. Yeah, I'm unsure of what any of this means. But Rhysand's doing a terrible job being a spy right now. That's all I know. He is just like pissing off the mob boss.
Literally.
With a wire on. Like, that's what he's doing.
That's what it feels like.
It's like the day of my daughter's wedding. It's like, your daughter's an ugly bitch. And he's like got an FBI like thing on his ear being like, you hear what I said? You hear what I said? I said his daughter's an ugly bitch. And he's loading the gun, shooting Rhysand in the head. Because what's happening?
That's how I feel. I just keep feeling, why is Amarantha not
for
reacting?
25 days in a row after this, she just parades around about. Amarantha's just like, this is annoying. Like, what's going on?
It's like, if that's annoying you,
do
something. Wait, no, if she told them to stop breathing, they would. So she obviously is very powerful.
So this can't qualify as something that would piss her off that much, I guess. That's what I must believe.
Well, it's one or the other, because I'm like, either, okay, you really are pissed off, torture him, or you're not, but then why are you acting kind of pissed off? And what?
We're killing this random summer court boy for trying to run away, but we're not doing anything to Rhysand, who's like literally being like, I'm fucking this girl in front of you every night.
I don't know.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense. It would make more sense if it was more like nebulous, like who had the power, who didn't.
No, but we keep being like...
But that's why everyone believes these crazy conspiracies.
Yes, of course.
Because Rhysand seems to have too muddy powers going on here.
Money.
Too money. He's got too money. It's because Feyre won the bet. He got too money, you know what I mean?
That's
too
true.
Money.
You're right. Again, will that ever come back? Why did he do that? It's literally the dumbest move I could have missed. Like the stupidest move imaginable.
No, he hit like a crazy parlay. That's what it was. He was like, the odds on Feyre winning crazy. Like, he's just like addicted to gambling. He's like 2 gold on Feyre winning and wait, the worm dying on his own bones. Like, that's crazy. Like, that pays out $1,000,000 to 1. I'm doing it. And then like, I hit. Like,
it doesn't register to her because she's like, he is a gambling addict.
Yeah,
I've known that.
He can't stop. And like, he lost money on the day. Like, he bet so much in so many different ways that he somehow came out behind.
I would just say it truly, like, again, if you go back to the mafia thing, it's like you're the spy with the mafia boss and you've like rigged the horse race. You know that they're all betting on this one horse and it's rigged, but you're like, I'm rigging it back, and then you vote on the horse you rigged against them with, and everyone's like, what the fuck, how'd you know that?
Crazy, wasn't it, boss?
Why would you not vote with the thing we just set up? And he's like, I don't know.
And he's a billionaire. He doesn't even need the money.
I don't know why I did that. Oh.
I just love fucking bets up for other people.
Oh my god, like, what does it mean?
Okay. Rhysand should have been shot in the head 30 times. So that makes me believe he can't be shot in the head.
And then why?
So
Bianca Cat's theory in the YouTube comments that Rhysand's actually in charge and Amarantha's doesn't realize she's actually getting like a puppet hella bamboozled is almost the only thing that makes sense. So he's like, you better wear your slutty clothes because I came up with this grand plan. She says, our bargain hasn't started yet. The instincts that had once told me to be quiet around Tam and it says Tam, does it?
Yeah.
Tam and Lucian utterly failed when Rhysand was near. I have 2 things to say about this.
It's not true.
Okay, you really need to fix that wig. Oh my god.
No, this is right. This is how it should be.
Now, this is interesting. I've seen a lot of people having discourse about this. I think they're probably right.
Okay.
I don't know that I like it or agree with it, but I think the intention is correct that in these books, definitely this series, maybe romantasy more broadly, when the female main character is comfortable being an asshole to the guy, that's supposed to mean that he's a good guy and her love, because it shows that she's not afraid of him retaliating. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to be like the reason Feyre keeps being an asshole to Rhysand. Okay, honestly, I said I had 2 things to say. I got a lot of things to say. That, like, it's like, if the female main character is willing to be like, fuck you, stay away from me, it's because she feels so safe around him, showing her true bitchy self, and he's not going to yell at her or abuse her. Well, yeah, where if she's like, no, I shouldn't say that, that's because, like, the guy is, like, an abuser or something. Okay. 2 things to say about that. Like, one, Maybe in a different set of circumstances, but Feyre has only interacted with Rhysand at this point in like incredibly harrowing scenarios where like conceivably when he's like torturing you and hurting you and announcing your sexual fantasies to the room, things of that nature, you might be pissed off enough to just yell at this person.
Of course.
Right? Yes, that is kind of stupid and dangerous, but I don't believe none of this setup right now has led us to a place where I'd be like, yeah, when she got mad at him for these things, she totally believed he wouldn't hurt her. That's not where we're at with Rhysand, because you guys are also saying, no, he had to put on the mask of being the worst, most evil, most torturing guy ever, in which case that is what Feyre believes at this moment. His entire fake persona has been to put across, I am the guy who would hurt you if I did that. So that doesn't really make sense to me. And also I think she could just be pissed at him because he's been doing a bunch of shitty things to her. Keep going. Third, fifth, eighth of all, I don't believe she wasn't always quiet around Tam Lin and Lucian.
that part is just false. It's definitely not true.
Is that like
she's been yelling at them from day one? What are we talking about? We're making shit up. Did I not just read this book? Can you not go back 50 hours of me going, this bitch won't shut the fuck up, she's rude to these people?
Wasn't she just screaming at Tam Lin post Callan May when she went and painted fairy pigs? Wasn't she just screaming at them in the dining room?
Fairy pigs alone would mean you can't write this line.
I know.
So then we have to once again go, what's wrong with Feyre?
Day one, rolling around. Like, granted, was she yelling at Tam Lin and Lucian directly when she said, Alice, no, I'm not going to wear a dress? No, but it's like, they're going to find out. You felt comfortable enough.
It's in their house.
You felt comfortable enough being like, I'm rejecting what Tam Lin wants. Like, I get it. There were. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple of instances for sure of her being like, I'm too quiet. I can't say. I'm scared to say something. Again, early on.
First time she's ever met Feyre.
She also was pretty comfortable slapping back at these people.
He stole a knife to stab them with. Like, I don't know. And it's also stupid. It's dumb, right? Like, this girl can't do anything ever. So it's like, why are we not just assuming that, like, over time she's getting more comfortable being like, well, no one's blown my head up yet.
Right.
I might as well just keep sassing them back. She's been rude to all of them throughout this whole thing. And, like, everything that you just said is true. Everything she's been mad and yelling at Rhysand about is legitimately bad for her. It's legitimate. It's not like she's comfortable with him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that line. I don't feel like it doesn't resonate for me. I don't even know how I feel. I could kind of see that, like, if you're comfortable being a little bit more pushback on somebody in different circumstances, in different environments, with different characters, sure. He says he needs an escort for the party. He waves a hand so the ghost girls leave. And they vanish through the wooden door behind him, like just like through it. Feyre says, I flinched as they walked through the wood. No doubt an ability everyone in the Night Court possessed.
Every no doubt has made me doubt.
No doubt? Why are you that confident about that?
I don't know. No,
not. She didn't say maybe. It's no doubt. Why should I listen to her? That's a crazy conclusion she came up with for no reason, and she feels confident saying, I have no doubts about it. It's like, you should.
And that can't be true, because I'm quite sure every member of the Night Court will not just be walking through doors, because then they wouldn't even have doors.
I really don't know if everyone in the Night Court could do this or not. She shouldn't have the thought either way, lest you want me to say, oh, wow, Feyre is way overconfident. If that was the conclusion you wanted me to come to, it worked. But
snagged. Yep.
If you didn't, if you wanted me to go, she's so smart. No, it did not work.
You look just as I hoped you would.
Which?
That has been.
What are you going to say?
We have many times wondered, because she always heard that, right?
I think it was
as she was passing out.
Was that the Willow time? Or was that when she fell asleep after they had sex? Oh, it was, you're exactly as I dreamed you'd be. Which is pretty simple. Like, obviously the words are different, but
it obviously is intended to be.
You look just line. As I hoped you would, versus you're exactly as I dreamed you'd be. I don't know. I still think that Willow scene, even just like looking at it now, I'm like, that is one of the weirdest scenes ever.
Yeah.
Her passing out, him being like, Feyre, her waking up in bed, her sleeping there and hearing somebody talking to her. Everything about it is weird.
I agree.
I have no clue what it means.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Okay.
I don't know if it was just a... Yeah, all right. And then...
Yeah, because she says, from the cobwebs of my memory about, you look just as I hope you would. From the cobwebs of my memory, I recalled similar words Tam Lin had once whispered into my ear. So I think that's what we're referring to, is her weird willow sleep.
Yes, I agree.
And are we saying, oh, Tam Lin and Rhysand just happened to say the same thing to her? Why? What does that mean? The fact that we're calling attention to it, her being like, wait, somebody said that to me one other time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that was Rhysand, but what do I know?
But what happened? What does
I
that
don't know
mean?
what happened. I don't know. I have no idea.
Was Rhysand there? Did he knock her out? And then they had a conversation, and then Tam Lin brought her back to the house after? Like, what occurred?
Well, that was when you thought he was spinning on it.
And that's when he was spinning on it. I'm just trying to get you there, right?
So she asks, like, is this necessary? Like, all the paint on my body? He says, of course. How else would I know if anyone touches you? Okay, so conceivably... Right, so here's how this works. So he comes over, he smears the paint on her. The paint goes back to its original position. So the idea here is that when Rhysand touches her, it will not be smudged, right? So technically,
yes,
Rhysand could touch her anywhere and she would have no idea.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
because a lot of people try to say, and I feel like Lucian says it later. Or I don't know, the conversation between her and Lucian later, I have to really look at. Because I feel like people are like, no, we know Rhysand didn't touch her anywhere bad because of the paint. Yeah. And I'm like, but if
Rhysand touched it, yeah, you're right, actually.
We know nobody else touched her anywhere bad. We don't know what Rhysand did.
So they painted her with magic paint. The dress and her movements can't mess it up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
His finger does mess it up, but it removes. Yeah. But then he makes it a point to say, I'll remember where I touched you. Why did you even say that?
But if anyone else touches you, I don't...
I'll know. Not that the paint won't be messed up, but that I will know that they touched you.
No, he's saying, the dress itself won't mar it, and neither will your movements. Okay?
Yeah.
That's fine. So, like, she can't accidentally smudge it.
Okay.
So, if it's smudged, that means something. I'll remember precisely where my hands have been. That kind of implies to me, like, because the paint, maybe, like, he smudges it to be, like, it could stay smudged based on what I did, but I also can magically...
What? Why would you put that in?
That's what I'm saying. Why put that? But this, oh my God, this is why the theories exist. Because you're like, now why would you put that in unless you wanted us to have questions about his...
I think she's just one of the sloppiest people around.
But like, you could see how you'd be like, well, if you bothered to put that in, it's probably because you wanted me to question it, right?
Yes.
So he's proving whether it does it automatically or he does it via magic. Doesn't matter where Rhysand touches her. The paint goes back to normal.
But my question is, does the paint always go back to normal, but it tells Rhysand if other people are touching her?
No, because isn't it later when she's talking to Lucian, she's like
it's
only smudged here and here.
Where he touched her. So why didn't it go back to normal?
Literally what I'm saying. So that's why I think maybe he's saying like,
maybe.
I won't. Oh my God.
Maybe.
What?
He smudged it to show her how it smudges.
Yes,
then he magicked it back.
That's what I'm saying.
And was like,
but that's still.
But I won't be magicking it back.
Yes,
going forward.
I think maybe that's what it is.
That wasn't clear.
First of all, why even add? What does that add other than giving us a reason to question his narrative? Because I don't care that he's gonna say, "Oh, I know I could do that, but I won't later." Because I say, "But you could." But of course you could. I know.
Wait, is that the point? Is that just the point?
How is that the point?
Is the point that he touched her wherever he wanted to and then just fixed it so she wouldn't know? Is that the point? But is that the point?
But it's not going to be the point later. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, Lucian's thinking that's what the proof.
I'm aware.
But maybe Lucian doesn't know that Rhysand can fix it. Maybe he doesn't know it's magical paint.
No, but Lucian's also like, you were being a whore.
That's true.
Lucian's also like, I'm disturbed by what I saw you doing with him. Hello?
She kind of was being a little whore, but we'll get there. And I kind of think there's a little bit of me that's like,
What?
She was leaning in a little.
You might as well, like, at this point.
No, I'm not blaming her for leaning in, but I'm like, there was something about the cucking of Tam Lin that excited her a little.
For sure, it seems like that. Also, like, we'll give you the mate thing. We'll give it to you.
Sure.
Your mate has you on his lap. Maybe you do just immediately feel a little inclined.
You just start cucking everyone, yeah.
To, like, give lap dances. Like, I don't know. But I could see that being a feature of mates.
I mean,
I have so many questions. My thing is, Sarah could have removed that, right? We could have just made it like,
definitely.
He can't, I put the paint on you. It's magical. You can't mess it up. If me or anyone else touches you, it gets fucked up. And we know. So you will have proof that I did not touch you. By showing us that Rhysand can change the paint back to normal, that goes out the window for him. He says, I'll remember precisely where my hands have been. Because of the paint or not because of the paint? I don't know. But if anyone else touches you, let's say a certain High Lord who enjoys springtime. Like,
subtle. I guess he's hoping that Tam Lin will try and,
he is.
What, like, leave the throne, walk over the dance floor, and be like, this is my girl, I'm dancing with Feyre now. Like, what? What does he think's gonna and then, like, we need the paint to let him know? Like, you're not gonna not see Tam Lin dancing with her. Or grabbing her ass. Like, what do we... Did he grab your ass when he walked by for punch? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? I don't like my belongings tampered with.
I think it's just maybe him being like, I'm not gonna let anybody don't. I don't know. There's something weird about it because you're like, he's trying. If I'm to take the narrative very straightforward and serious long term, it's gonna be like, this was his attempt at making sure nobody else fucked with her, right?
Yeah.
And so him saying that is essentially being like, Feyre, now don't you put yourself in a position to get fucked with, which makes me think two things. Number one, you're like, what? My first thought was like, that's dumb because, like, why would she do that? But then I think Callan May, the fairies dragging her into the woods, and I'm like, maybe she would. Maybe he's right to say that. But then, again, we go back to this thing where, like, yeah, so Rhysand is being controlling in a way that perhaps we can even understand because Feyre's a little crazy.
She needs protection more
she
than
needs
the average
somebody
girl.
to be like, do not do that. But then we juxtapose Tam Lin taking that exact same approach, being like, you're a little crazy, do not do that. And we go, no, horrible abuse. And then I feel...
Because one puts a container around Feyre while pointing out the flaw, which is to say you're a little dangerous, don't do that. And one puts it in a sexy voice.
Yeah, I know.
And says, you're not allowed. And that's the good one.
Like, I just find it weird. I'm like, what does any of this mean? This is just to be sexy. It's just to create Tam Lin Rhysand, two-boyfriend, jealousy mode hotness. They're walking down to the party. Feyre's blushing because of how naked she is. Her breasts are visible to everyone. More queer, off-kilter music.
Oh, yeah.
It's like she's going through the doors. The throne room, no. Any place but here, which I'm like, would the worm pit be better? Where else?
Those are the only 2 rooms so far, so...
Where else do you want to be?
We
I don't
have
think...
Cell, we have Forgotten Hallway, we have Throne Room, and we have Worm Pit. Where do you want to be right now?
I don't think you want to be in there. So the High Fae are gawking at her boobs.
They've never seen boobs so hot. Even the High Fae. What are we doing?
Lucian's brothers are there. They're... the smiles they gave were nothing short of vulpine. They all sound really hot. I'm saying gangbang with the evil Van Sarah brothers. And don't make it good.
No.
And don't do that. I don't want to go into that fantasy of the evil Van Sarah brothers gangbanging me where you guys are like, it's actually really moral to be gangbanged by the evil Van Sarah brothers. You're actually the greatest person in the world for wanting that.
Every single pump from a Van Sarah saves an orphan child. They actually hate sex. It hurts their penises, but they do it for the love of babies.
I don't want that. Don't make them good. Don't tell me that I'm doing anything. Like, they're giving me choices when they fuck me. I don't want any of it.
Do you think I love having sex with my brothers in the room, Feyre? But we do it for the orphans. I hate that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
gangbang, a woke gangbang. Like, there's a reason the gangbang needs to happen for, like,
no, but, like, it would be like the Van Sarah brothers being like, oh, only girls who understand, like, the true nature of, I don't even know, like, morality would allow themselves to be gangbanged by brothers. And actually the reason we do this is because we love women's agency. It's like,
yeah,
I want to be like paraded. My breasts are out. The Van Sarah brothers are all like, and then they just fuck me because they're evil and they like my boobs.
God forbid.
That's it. That's the end of the fantasy.
The hot wolf men just fuck me because they like my boobs.
The end. And then they went back to being bad.
Damn. Chapter 40 could have been crazy.
Right. Rhysand didn't touch me, but he walked close enough for it to be obvious that I was with him, that I belonged to him. I wouldn't have been surprised if he'd attached a collar and leash around my neck. Okay.
Fantasy. Introducing elements of what if.
Oh, no. That wasn't meant to be like a BDSM titillating element.
No.
This was actually like really scary. No, it wasn't. Maybe he would at some point put me in a collar and a leash.
Yeah.
Now that I was bound to him, the bargain marked on my flesh. Okay.
Nothing sexy about that, let me tell you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she's like, oh, I'm his little sub walking behind him. They go up to Amarantha at her throne.
Yep.
He says, Merry Midsummer, and he bows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, she's wearing a rich gown of lavender and orchid purple, surprisingly modest. I was a savage before her cultivated beauty. I kind of liked Amarantha having this, like, regal, like, okay, what's all this then?
What are we doing here?
You know? But I do feel like, you know how we were, like, make her ugly and make her, like, make it embarrassing. She's like dirty and in a pillowcase. I feel like this was our attempt at being like, he did. And it's like, no, he didn't. No, she looks hot. I'm sure of it. Not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Amarantha looks more put together and classy, but like, we didn't make Feyre look bad.
No, we put her in like stilettos.
Amarantha says, what have you done with my captive? And the smile doesn't reach her eye. So you're like, okay, so she's upset.
Yeah.
About this situation.
Maybe it's time to shoot Rhysand in the head. I don't know.
And
just a thought.
There we go. Talon's face was like stone, save for the white-knuckled grip on the arms of his throne. She says, no claws. He was able to keep that sign of his temper at bay, at least. It's definitely a dig, right? It's definitely oh, you couldn't control it
when we were at
home. But
you can keep your claws in.
I have a hard time. Maybe this is not the intention. Maybe it's not how I'm supposed to be reading it. Sarah didn't want it to be read this way. To me, it seems like he is in like the depths of like an insane trauma response.
Oh yeah. He's so locked in too.
Am I supposed to really think that first of all, it seems clear he doesn't like it. He's not happy to be here. So I'm just supposed to be like, he's just a coward.
I feel like the anger he's feeling is so intense.
Yeah.
That like he literally can't even move. Like he's just like, the only thing I want to do right now is rip Rowan's throat out.
Yeah.
So I will literally like freeze. I'm going to freeze as hard as I can. Because if I don't, I'm going to get everybody killed.
I don't know.
And especially you're going to get Feyre killed. Why she doesn't put that together, I don't know.
She like kind of does and then kind of doesn't.
But then we talk about no claws like he's a little beta cuck. Like that's what that is. Where's his big dick claws?
Yeah, just like he kneeled. Oh, ew. Oh, ew.
Come on.
Every time you're putting Tam Lin in these situations that feel impossible.
Yes.
They feel like if he did the thing that we keep saying we want him to do, everyone would get killed.
I know.
And then we're like, you dumb idiot for not doing it.
Yeah, Tam Lin in his house when he's trying to figure out how to win a war. Yeah, he's going to show his emotions. Tam Lin, where he's a captive.
I know.
And if he shows emotions, we'll get her killed, which is the number one thing he doesn't want to happen.
Yeah.
He's holding it in. Or Tam Lin bowing in front of Rhysand, his like arch nemesis because they fucked and now they don't or something, whatever, to save her life.
Because it's like you always only want the guy in these books to be fighting for you if it's manly and dominant and action oriented. That's the only thing we can romanticize.
Well, then what the fuck are we doing writing Tam Lin's story from myth? Why are we having a woman hero come in to save the man who needs her help? And then we're shaming him for doing the feminine act, which is what he's supposed to be doing in the myth.
Yes, I know.
That you are now ripping off, and then you fucking suck so bad at it that you said he's a cuck bitch in that myth. Go fuck yourself. Like, literally the only fucking time ever that man is like being weak and a woman is being allowed to be the hero and help him, and you said fuck that beta cuck, give me shadow daddy, that's all I ever wanted. These men are like pathetic. Like, are you kidding me?
It's literally like,
it's like spitting in the face of like the feminine like the feminist concept of being allowed to have a Tam Lin.
I agree.
You got one of them in myth. The rest of them are Beowulfs cutting off dragon's head and just grabbing princesses.
I agree. And this is what's so annoying about it, because I'm like, I'm not anti-dominant shadow daddy. I'm not even anti the typical thing we're doing. I read it. I like it. I get annoyed that you guys can't just let it be and it has to always be Mr. Moral goodness over there. But I am so on board with that fantasy. I don't think every single thing needs to be this subversive inversion. All books do not need to do that. We don't need every book to be the Ballad of Tam Lin. But the Ballad of Tam Lin existing as an alternate story, you should of course have, and is of course very beautiful and interesting and compelling in its own way. So why you would feel the need to use it to then like kind of denigrate it, the one the very small little bit of it that's around, in favor of this thing that's just so par for the course, it's so mundane, it's everywhere, is really lame.
We took the one example of non-alpha male, not hero, the one it's well known. That's what it is. The princess is another castle. The prince is a man this time. Yep. He needs her help. So it's this is not a common trope. We took that one and we said we're going for Shadow Daddy. We're going for it. You didn't do anything interesting by inverting it. You took the inversion and re-inverted it back into the standard stereotype.
Tam Lin is an interesting story because it's an inversion of the typical thing.
And we just keep doing it? Oh, yeah, you get the reverse of the story. But if the first story was an inversion, now you get the original story, which is not progressive.
I know.
But now we're acting like it's progressive.
I know. Well, that's the thing is like, and you could, I do think even if you didn't act like it was progressive, it's still a little off-putting to me to take a story like that and do that. It's kind of like, ugh. But then to act like you're being progressive is like, oh, no.
All we need to do is flip something and then we're good, right?
No.
Yeah, you can only do that once. Because once you do it again, now you're back to the beginning starting point.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry. That was a very passionate rant for Tam Lin. I feel for my boy. I had to get that out. I had a lot in there.
So yeah, they're like up there talking to Amarantha, and Rhysand says, "We made a bargain," and he pushes a stray lock of hair from her face.
1 week with me at the night court every month in exchange for my healing services after her first task. For the rest of her life.
So I'm like, and I get it. People are saying like, he had to make the bargain. He didn't have to make the bargain.
No.
But even if he did, he had to make the bargain to make it clear that he didn't just heal her for no reason, right?
Yeah.
But
this is an open declaration of war, right? 1 week with me at the night court.
Yes,
every month.
Yeah.
In exchange for my healing services for the rest of her life. Now, I get you can read for the rest of her life as a cheeky little 2 more weeks. But
no, because then the bargain,
you're not allowed to go to the night court
right now. First of all, that I think there's too many things happening here. Number one, I don't think you can read it as a cheeky little thing, because then Amarantha would, because if everybody's saying the only reason he needed the bargain is to prove that he was selfishly getting something, so Amarantha wasn't suspicious, he's not getting anything if she's dying in 2 weeks, right?
Exactly.
He's not getting anything, so then it makes no sense. Then
no, you're right. You're right.
What does that mean then?
Yeah.
Nothing. I think maybe after the trials are over, they are going to be allowed to go.
Why?
I don't know. Are they supposed to live under the mountain forever? Or are they, like,
There's
getting back
no
to
plan
business?
here. I don't know. Get back to your courts now. We've had a fun 3-month-long party that you were forced to attend. Only because she was still alive?
But I just think even it's stupid because it proves that he thinks they're surviving, Feyre's surviving. And if he doesn't think Feyre's surviving, then the bargain doesn't mean anything. So then we didn't need it. I don't know what it's proving. And then why is Amarantha like, if that's the bargain is she has to come hang out with you constantly. That means you like her.
Yeah.
And first of all, I'm pissed. You're my whore. Second of all, I don't want you to like her because I don't like her. And she's a human, which is our thing that we're like. And then
what are you doing?
But then he's going to have to be like, yeah, I like to torture her. That's what I want. This should be so suspicious.
He shouldn't touch this with a 40-foot pole. It's insane that he did.
But I am like, what could there has to be a better bargain, right?
It could be anything.
This would be a good bargain.
Tell me.
Especially because he doesn't follow up on his bargain fully. So he doesn't have to, which apparently also goes counter to things we learn about bargains. Don't know. But if you wanted to make a fake bargain that would make you look like the bad guy to Amarantha, it would be, I've made Feyre agree to bring me over into the human lands and, like, I don't know, give me intel on, like, their soldiers and show me where her house is and show me where, like, her father's going to, like, get me a ship and show me, like, I don't know, something where he's, like, making it seem like he's going to infiltrate the human lands.
That would be interesting.
And he's like, she needed healing and I made her bargain with me that she's going to turn on the humans after this and help us. Yeah. And then he just has to kill Amarantha and not follow through with that bargain and all is fine.
Yes.
Granted, I don't think she wouldn't have done that bargain, right?
Well, no, she took the bargain of you're mine for a week, which could include you must betray humankind. She doesn't know what that 1 week and what the ownership means, so she agreed to anything.
You're right.
So yeah, but she's kind of stupid. So if you propositioned her in that
fine.
way,
So then it could have been a trick where, like, he frames it this way, and then when he presents it to Amarantha,
what a good
he
twist.
Says, like, I own her for that week, and guess what I'm going to do with it? Amy, my beautiful Amy, I'm going to make her take me into the human lands and find all this intel out, and Amarantha go like, oh my god, Rhysand, you're so smart. And then Feyre will be like, oh my god, what the fuck did I sign up for? I'm sending her into the human lands with her eyeball on her hand.
Yep.
She's going to go
reveal
this and that and whatever.
Yeah.
That would make... Then Amarantha literally I could buy her. Honestly, I still think she should be suspicious. I still do. But she could at least go like, oh my god, he's in it for the cause. He loves the cause.
What a hero. And that would be good. I don't know. Sarah just said, like, because I said these things, the alliances are the way that they are, I don't need to develop them. I don't need to, like, increase them.
They're established, and now she believes it no matter what.
That's it. Yeah. They're not established to us. You just told us.
Why does she believe him so much so that when he's helping the get out of jail free girl, she doesn't go, I wonder if he wants to escape. So Feyre's like, oh wow, the fact that he said that I'll be with him for the rest of my life means he thinks I'll win. And then I'm like, right.
So you shouldn't have said that.
Why wouldn't Amarantha also have that thought?
You know.
Feel free to let me know why that wouldn't cross her mind. And then Amarantha just says, enjoy my party. Is she suspicious or mad or what? Like, why is she just
she seems huffy. That's about it.
I guess I just have to let them. I guess I just have to let him cuck me. I guess I do. No, you don't. You can make him stop breathing. Yeah. And I get it if you don't want to kill him because he's valuable in some way, but you could hurt him.
You could definitely hurt him.
You could make him scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are we acting like she's, like, has no power? It's like we were like, here's the most evil, powerful lady. It's, like, a little cool to have a really powerful, evil woman. And then we were like, oh, but, like, actually she's just, like, really weak. She doesn't do anything for herself. They go up to the big buffet table at the party.
Yep.
And
we got another one.
Here,
Love.
I have my wine.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
This is my evil wine. Yeah. Unlike the summer solstice
beautiful sun wine.
Happy wine. This is evil wine. It's going to make me throw up and make me feel bad and drunk in a bad way.
And that
why does that even exist?
That really is the only difference, right?
Why does that exist?
Evil people drink that.
Evil people want to drink the wine that makes you vomit?
The evil people don't vomit when they drink the dark wine. That's the thing.
I guess it's just...
It's summer wine for them. But Feyre can't handle it because she's so good.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Okay, I don't... Like, why are there's two different kinds of wines? Good one and bad one.
But, like, that'll never get explained. There's no reason for it. It's just because bad people are drinking.
It's just like their music's so creepy, you know?
And now she has violated every single one of Alice's provisions, right?
So then she's like, I don't want to drink that. Alice told me not to. And then his drink, he said, and my traitorous fingers latched onto the goblet.
Okay. What are we doing?
Doesn't it feel like that would imply he forced her?
Or...
she wants to?
I don't know.
Well, it's one or the other.
Because my question now is she feeling so awkward, so exposed, so whatever, that she's like, I kind of want to get drunk?
Yeah, potentially.
And or mental pressure from the Talon. Is it just that? Her traitorous fingers.
Traitorous to me almost suggests like, she's like, I'm not controlling it.
I don't think you'd describe it that way. You'd say, like, my hands moved on their own. Right. Traitorous implies against your better judgment.
If you think that he's kind of, like, subtly...
yes.
Like, where possible. She's sort of, like... It's not, like, literally a physical thing, but she's sort of, like, I don't know why I'm doing that, but I just, like, want to.
Yeah.
Because he pushed. But it also could definitely be her being, like, I'm miserable.
Yeah.
I want to be drunk.
But I think that's the point, right? It's a little... ambiguous, but I do think it's very the temptation of the devil, right? He tells her to drink, she says no, she grabs it. He tells her to drink, she's like, I don't really want, kind of like, I don't really, shouldn't be, thinking about Alice, and then she hears other Fae laughing at her.
Yeah.
Because he must be doing something, right?
I have no idea.
He must be.
They've been laughing. They're laughing at everything.
Yeah, they're just like the Muppets. They're just
that's what I'm saying.
They're literally
exactly.
just like.
My thing is like. There, like you said, like the temptation with the devil, there's so much of Rhysand forcing her to do things in all of these scenes, right?
Yeah.
Now,
definitely.
I do understand in terms of, it's like not me trying to be like, and he's irredeemable, he can't possibly be the love interest or anything. I think he could be a bad guy love interest. Maybe if it had been written better, I could have even taken him being a good guy love interest, but there's too many plot holes for that to make sense for me. But fine, if I'm to like think of it like that. She's in a position where we're kind of like troping out sexily that this man has to force you for your own good to do XYZ, and he has, and like everybody, of course, like he had to do it. Don't you understand? It's because he was trapped, and it's because he had this plan, and it's because he's trying to save everybody's life, and this and that. Okay, I could get there. My confusion comes in when we go back to the first half of this book with Tam Lin.
Okay.
And we start, and we do it frequently. Everybody who doesn't like Tam Lin, not everybody, a lot of people who don't like Tam Lin, will point to him kidnapping her, him breaking into the house yelling, him doing this and this and this and this and forcing her into certain scenarios, which I would argue is far less forcing. And they act like this is dramatically different. But Tam Lin is also, in the whole first half of the book, in a very similar dilemma.
Yes.
He is very much so in a dilemma that is world-ending, trying to save people. Like, I can't understand what differentiating thing we're making. I feel like everybody goes back to Tam Lin. Like, they do the thing with Rhysand of like, but don't you understand? He had this going on in Amarantha, and he was being forced to do this, and he was in this situation. And then when they go to Tam Lin, they act like that was not also true. But it was true in almost exactly the same way.
I'd argue worse.
I'd argue worse, too, just in terms of, like, being like, I'm the last man standing before it all goes down.
All the High Lords is on his shoulders. I have been forced to kill all of my friends.
I know.
I've been forced to send them all to die.
I'm so sorry. But guys, for real, tell me, do you think Rhysand, would you guys feel bad for Rhysand if he had to kill Azriel, Cassian, Morgan, and Amarin when Amarantha cursed him? If the only way out for him was to send them to their deaths, and he did that, do you think Rhysand would be well? And would you feel bad for him? Because I know you would. So I'm confused, because that is exactly the situation Tam Lin was in.
Yep.
And I will see both sides. Like people who don't like him will say the exact opposite thing, which I always think is funny. Granted, they're different people, but like they will get on his case for, there's half of them are like, I can't believe he even sent them all out to die. What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He sucks for that.
He should have died.
I don't know. I'm not sure what he was supposed to do, but not that. And then the other half are mad that that he was upset about it, and he should have just done it and gotten over it.
Yeah, no, it's quite a it's because they lack empathy for people they want to hate.
Him controlling Feyre in the beginning of this book was due to a crazy situation where he was trying to save everyone. It's like
humans included.
Yes.
Humans maybe especially, because they're going to get wiped out in a bad way.
And he's very sensitive about that.
Yes.
Given his past.
Yep.
So I'm just like, I'm confused. Why is it okay for Rhysand to force Feyre to drink the wine, to force Feyre to do this, to force Feyre to do that, in pursuit of saving everybody, but when Tam Lin forced Feyre to do XYZ, arguably just as bad or not as bad things for the same purpose, he had the same goal, we're like, oh, that was just so crazy.
I don't know.
I just feel like it's like Sarah tried to be like, forget Tam Lin had reasons. He just did it for fun. And they're like, yes.
Must be true.
That's
actually,
true.
Yeah.
Just read it.
Read the book. She wrote it. She wrote the book. Well, no matter what she says, no matter what Feyre says in the future, the text is there.
You're allowed to, if you want to be like, I know, but I'm going to go with it because I kind of like the new thing. Fine. But don't get mad that other people are going like, hey, I'm confused because I'm like, I'm remembering.
Yeah.
I have a memory.
I read this book and
like, don't get, why are you like weirded out that people are being like, right, but that's not the plot. And you'd be like, God damn it. But
it should be.
Like, okay, but it's not. And so if you can go along with it, that's wonderful for you. But some people can't because we just remember what we read and we wanted it to stay consistent.
It's like Feyre's broken arm versus the bone shard versus Rhysand mending the arm. Now, there's certain things where you can't tell, right? Yeah. Is Rhysand in her mind? Are these things happening? Was Tam Lin shapeshifted into that deer? Sure. Might be true, might not be true. But the text says certain things immutably.
Certain things,
and you need to read those things as fact.
Such
that
as
is the story.
Tam Lin did not come kidnap Feyre for fun. That's in the text. Tam Lin had a very specific reason.
And Tam Lin clearly did not want to be kidnapping anybody. He wished that whole thing was not happening.
Yeah, so like that's just that, right? So if Rhysand saying, I was trying to save the world is good enough reason to make her do this, then Tam Lin saying, I was trying to save the world also has to be good enough reason for him to do that. So we are going to split this up into 2 episodes. At least. But I think 2 will suffice.
2 should be good,
because it's kind of a long chapter. We're ill. I don't have that much time to edit this, and I want to get it out as soon as possible, and I think this is sufficient for our purposes.
Rant heavy start, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry for the rants. Maybe you like them, maybe you don't. I don't know.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Are we pro or anti-ranting? But yeah, we were ill, you guys. We were ill. I hope the energy was here.
It felt like it was here.
Because we were watery bowsing.
Oh.
For a long time.
We were Feyre maxing.
Yeah. I was getting ready to put this on. I was getting ready for this outfit, and I was like, I gotta be Feyre. I gotta be her.
Yeah, and then you wear her too hard. You know what I mean?
Hard.
Way too hard.
If you guys are enjoying, if you're this far in, if you could help us, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, give us a rating, comment. You can follow us on social media. We do be having fun, especially over on TikTok. It's crazy over there.
Oh, yeah.
Come join us if you haven't already. Questions, requests. I mean, as we're approaching, guys, we're like, I'm thinking, how many more episodes? Like 5?
5-ish, yeah.
5-ish until we're done with this book. At which point, we are going to take a break But we are going to probably still keep putting out some content. We're definitely doing a live stream once we're done with questions, whatever. Yeah. I'd like to do like, you guys send in theories that we could talk about, that ones that we could understand just based on the first book-ish. Yeah. And then we have a couple of other ideas. We do want to go after Frank's Tam Lin rant. I don't know how much more we have to say, but I think we kind of want to dig into like the actual intricacies of that, different iterations of that story, what we've done with it, get into that. Any other idea, like if you guys have anything specific that you're like, hey, one-off video about this while we're in break mode, let us know. Also, we'll probably make more skits.
Definitely make it skits.
So that's why you should follow on Instagram and TikTok. Tam Lin is definitely going to make a
big appearance somewhere. All right, guys.
All right, thank you guys for your patience. If this is late, thank you for all your nice comments when we were sick. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.